Test. Here we go. Are we recording? We're recording. Okay, what up, Internet? We are Barley Hops and Tabletops, and we are going to be doing some more Frosthaven content, because let's be honest, if you are playing Frosthaven, you are probably not playing any other board games because of the amount of time and effort that this game takes up. Or if you are playing multiple board games, good for you. You have an incredible amount of time in your life, and I'm jealous. I wish I could play more than one. Anyways, today we are deep diving into the Hive. We've just started this character. We've gotten it to level 3. It is insanely powerful. I think people overlook it almost immediately like I did because it's wildly confusing, but so far in our group it is teetering on S-Class. I don't want to confirm that yet because we're only a couple levels in. We start at level 2 and we've only seen 2 and 3, but man, the amount of damage and the ability to just always have people in the right spots and to soak up damage and heal, and how you can adjust to the situation based on your mode is just absolutely incredible. So this is a level 2 script. We're going to probably start doing that for the more advanced characters because the odds are that your prosperity level is going to put you at level 2 or 3. So this is the starting script. There's definitely clearly 2 builds with the Hive, one being kind of a range support, the other one being a melee. This is a combination to start, but becomes very clear at level 3 and 4 that you can kind of pick one or the other, and we will have those builds in future videos. So for right now, though, let's start with the level 2 script. So right off the bat, Force Field, we really like this as a mode. The shield 2 on your first attack, there's very few times, I think it's 30% of the time in Frosthaven that you're taking more than one attack in a round. So I think that this card plays really, really well into that. And it's really good to get out early in the scenario, not so much later, because once your health's already low, you want to start healing it back up. So it's a great early card, especially for the mode. And then as you transfer later to either like the repair drone or to some more aggressive ones, which we're going to do here, I just think this is a really good solid start to keep your health at a high level off the bat if you can. So first round, Launchpad. I don't think any surprise here. I think everybody's starting with Launchpad. Nice slow initiative. We have combined that with Prepare for Deployment because you get a move 4, so you can kind of move yourself into position, especially after going late. So I can see either one of these summons being used here. I think the Hunter Killer is your more consistent one. It's the one I like more. I also like the mode on it better because of what we're going to explain later. But there is definitely going to be scenarios where you want Shocking Pulse instead. It just kind of depends on if you're playing, high shield enemies or not. So I'd say Hunter Killer is your go-to if there's a lot of high shielded enemies. Shocking Pulse is going to be the one that you're going to take. But you get that summon in with the Launchpad card, and that's a great start. Now you have a summon out. Your Launchpad also has a good attack, one of your higher attack values. And then you can move forward, kind of move yourself into position for the next round. Jump into high impact projectiles, the top here. Great initiative first off. You went slow in the last round. Good initiative weaving here. And then you can hit 2 targets at range 3. Most of the attacks don't seem very powerful for the Hive. They're all like a base of 2. Which is actually why I think the mode on Shocking Pulse here is kind of a trap. -1, but you get a Pierce 5. That is wildly situational. I mean, it probably works very well at later levels when you have higher damage cards, but most of your cards being 2, you cut your damage at 50%. Very situational mode there. But that's just something to keep in mind. There are ways to start adding damage and adding targets, which is really some of the ways that you start to do high damage with this character by hitting multiple targets. So that's why this is a good card. 2 targets, range 3, 2. I like comboing it here with interference. You can move 2 and then absorb the damage. If you're next to your Hunter Killer or your Shocking Pulse, whatever one you put out there. And then when you absorb the damage, that combos really well with your mode here on Force Field, where you can block 2 of the first attack straight up. So, all right, now moving on to round 3. Faceless Entity. Great initiative here, really good speed. With the move 4 from Coiled Limbs and jump. I like this because the move allows you to get in a position for the melee attack. You can get 2 attacks off, and then this is a really cool option. So modes are all optional. You don't have to do them, so you can skip it and just do 2-2, which is fine if you like where you're sitting. But you also have the option here to attack 2, and let's say you brought Hunter Killer in. Use your mode transfer, get your force field guy out on the map, take your Hunter Killer mode, put it in play now, and now this attack becomes a 3. So this 2-2 card becomes a 2-3. So instead of 4 damage, you're getting 5. It gives you that extra damage. I also think it's a good time. It's round 3, your Hunter Killer. You don't mind taking some damage for the next couple rounds, especially because you have a rest coming up, which could be a long rest depending on the situation, and might heal 2 of that. But also because Hunter Killer works better when you have more health. You're not going to want to use it later in scenarios. You're going to want to use it earlier because of the 2 health you're taking per turn. So I just think it combos really well there, and being close to the rest, you can do a lot with it. Then the next round after that, again, mode's optional. You don't have to do that. Next round after that, you go to remote control. You can decide on if you want to go really slow here or just that middle of the road initiative. That's sort of the only problem that I see right here with these cards, but grant your summons to attack +1. That's a great ability. I think the heal 3 self here combos really well if you went with the Hunter Killer plus getting the regen. I mean, it will go away, but at least you can get the heal 3 out of it there. But this is just a good card. Later, you're going to want to put the repair drone in play. I don't recommend doing it before the first rest because you only get 4 rounds before your first rest. I mean, you got a mode that starts, you get this, you're always bringing a guy out, and then these 2 here. You do have 1 leftover card, Reassemble. This card is amazing. I know there's a lot of words on it, and this is already a confusing character, but it is incredible. This bottom, oh my gosh. I mean, the top has like some uses, and it helps with some longevity because you can take a damaged summon off the board, put him in the discard, and then rest and get that summon back on later and a better opportunity. So that is really cool. But the bottom, oh my gosh, you can get a lost card, a lost summon. So when your summon dies, if you love the Hunter Killer like I do, when he dies, you got this in your back pocket and you're getting him back in for the second half of the scenario. That is so cool and so powerful. Necromancers are jealous. Let's just put it there. Well, I guess not because they can keep bringing out skeletons, but they're jealous on the single summon build. So anyways, so this is our level 2 script. This is what we really like. We found that it really works best. Once you get to level 3, you're definitely going to have a choice between going melee or ranged. As I said before, we will have some builds on that, but the ranged build is looking insanely powerful right now because of one particular level 3 mode that adds targets, but that's going to be for a future video. With that being said, the Hive, I wanted to get this out here because I'm sure a lot of people are intimidated. Use this as a baseline. Start playing this character. It's insane the amount of damage you can do. It is a summon-based character. It is kind of like playing the Necromancer, but in its own unique and just really, really, really cool way. So there you go. That is the Hive. Take a look at our script. Give it a try. Let us know what you think in the comments. And until next time, beat it, nerds.